We've all heard the phrases independent publishing, self-publishing, getting your book out to the world. But what does it actually involve? This is something that I find a lot of authors don't really understand. They don't understand the concepts of what goes in to creating a professional book, one that, will get readers from the beginning to the end of the book. Because let's face it, you've put time and effort and probably money into writing and publishing your book. So really the ultimate goal is getting the reader from the beginning of the book to the end of the book. And I honestly believe that as an independent publisher, you can do this. But what's critical here is understanding each stage. And it isn't just writing a book and using AI to put it out to the world. Yes, you can do that. Is it going to be a book that gets your reader from the beginning to the end? Is it really your story and what you want to share? So I think, as an author, we get so caught up in the writing and the publishing that we often don't think as a reader. And I think at this stage, before you publish your book, it is important to put yourself in the reader's shoes and think about what's going to get them to A, buy your book, and B, finish it. And that is a professional book. So understanding each of the stages will help get you to that point. And what I mean by that is understanding what goes in to the editing process. Whether that's you're doing a self-edit yourself, whether you're working with an editor on a structural edit followed by a copy edit and a proofread, whether or not your manuscript really only needs a copy edit. We've worked across hundreds of books, and each manuscript is different. And what we do is we will assess, A, what the author wants for their book, who it's going out to, what their desires are for publishing the book. And then we look at what the manuscript needs for the reader. So we will assess the manuscript and we will give feedback on that. After the edit, there is things like the cover design. You think about how you purchase a book, whether that's in a bookstore or online. If you see a really dodgy looking cover that looks like you've put together in 2 seconds and the title doesn't match the image, do you buy the book? Do you read the back cover? The answer is probably no. So why is a reader going to do that for your book? So you need to think about your cover. What's going to get that reader to be interested in your book? What's going to get them to spend a little bit of time if they're looking online, reading your back cover, reading your blurb, learning a little bit more about you, looking at your reviews, all that sort of thing. Your cover is that first point. You've got to draw their attention in. And how are you going to do that? Do you have the skills or do you need to work with a designer? The next stage is doing the internal design. How we do that is we always have a working cover design and then we make sure our internal design marries the cover design, if that makes sense. So what you want to think about here is the white space, the fonts you're using, the text size, because think about how you read a book. If the text is all scrunched together, the font's hard to read, do you continue reading? Probably not. So you've got to think about those things. Think about how you use white space. Look at the books on your bookshelf. What makes a professional book? What are those little details that you never think about as a reader until they're not there? Then there's the creating your book to meet the print specifications. You'll need to create an ebook. So you've got, if you're uploading to Amazon, you'll need their version. You'll need an ebook for everywhere else, like iBooks, Barnes & Nobles, all those sorts of places. Then you need to look at your keywords and your categories. When a reader is searching for a book on helping their children with, their homework, what keywords are they putting in? If it's a work of fiction, what keywords are they putting in, searching for their next new title? What is going to give those algorithms a sign that this book is going to be something the reader is searching for. Then you've got your categories online, and believe me, there are thousands of them. Working out your recommended retail price, what's the price that the reader's going to pay, but also what's going to cover your costs for the print and the distribution. You want to make sure that you've still got money at the end of the day. Then you've got how you're distributing your book. Are you putting it on Amazon only? Are you going wide? Are you going to try and get it into bookstores? So there's some of the stages that go into independently publishing and publishing a professional book. And all of this can be really helpful if you start going back to the beginning and looking at your niche and why you're publishing your book. Who are you publishing for? Are you publishing for family and friends with a family memoir that's, to keep your family story alive? Are you publishing a business book that reflects your professional expertise? Are you publishing a work of fiction that is going to help people get away from the everyday life? Who is that reader and why are you publishing? Because if you can understand the who, why, and what of your story and the reader's story, then that's going to help you determine what different stages that you're going to need along that independent publishing process. So it's all a lot to think about. And we do have a lot of resources on our website to help you map out the different stages, help you think about what you actually need as an author and what you want from your book. The links are below in the comments, but you can go to dotoripublishing.com.au and you'll find all our free resources. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel, leave a comment. I'd love to know what you actually downloaded, and good luck with your independent publishing path.